So welcome to the next instalment of me looking at archery scoring apps. So the next one we're looking at today is Archery Score Sheets, not to be confused with the earlier Archery Score Sheets with no space between the word of score and sheet. This one has a space. This one is a little bit older. Again, it's kind of not been kept up to date. It was actually launched in or last updated, should I say, in 2016. So it's 2020 now, so 4 years ago. And it's showing its age a little bit as well. And Android warns me when I open it up after I've installed it that it may not work with my phone because it was built on an older version of Android. So something to think about when we have a look at it. But let's have a look at it now. Okay, so after you've come into Archery Score Sheets, this is the screen that you're going to see. It's a bit of a strange one because it talks about a flight record. You think you're sort of in some kind of aviation software, but so existing flight records or existing archery records would be listed here. If you want to start a new score sheet, then click on here. You set the date. And basically you choose from, it's a bit strange, you choose from a number of sessions, whether you're in an evening session, a twilight session or a morning session. It probably doesn't matter, to be honest, so I always just choose the first one. Or you could change the name of that, I suppose, if it lets you. Does it let you? It does let you. I suppose you could call it, just call it Club Target Day, really. And then you get to choose from, obviously this says FITA, but now it's obviously WA, GNAS rounds, field rounds, clout rounds even, which is nice. So we'll go with a FITA outdoor, and then from the list we get to choose all of these different rounds. So we'll go for the standard WA kind of 70. So these are all a bit out of date really as well, but we'll choose that one. So it's already done it for me. It said 72 arrows, 6 per end. You can enter your target number, so we'll just leave that as 1. And you can also enter a lot of different mini archers, so you can score for lots of different people. Although it's probably easier to score yourself, to be honest, but I suppose if you were using this in a competition side of thing and you wanted one person scoring, then one person could score 4 people, to be honest. Okay, so then I'm going to hit OK. So yeah, that's fine. I know some of these details can't be changed later, but most can, so it's fine, as I'll show you on the next screen. So then we get a screen about the archer's details. Obviously you'd probably get 4 of these if you were choosing 4 archers. So I'm just going to put in my name in here, and then I'm just going to say archery club in there. Target number 1, picked up my round, say I'm male, I'm recurve. I thought master was over 50, but is it just open? I don't know, because I don't know all these classifications really, but I'm not quite a master yet. Okay, so then it says save the backup score sheet to whatever, blah, blah, really quickly. So this is the main screen. Now it's a bit strange this really, because you've got a higgledy-piggledy amount of sort of buttons on the bottom. So you can go to the previous archer or the next archer along the bottom here. You can add another score sheet. You can go back to the initial screen, or you can submit all your completed score sheets, or change the arrows per end, the number of arrows per end. So I'm going to have to zoom in on this for you, but basically on the phone you can't pinch and zoom on this score sheet to make it any bigger. So it's quite difficult to see, but believe me, the data you put in is there. So I've got my name, my archery club, the round I'm doing, target number I'm on, the date, male on these tick boxes, open, recurve. Okay, and then I've got the first 6 ends on the top, second 6 ends on the bottom, and then my totals. And there's 2 boxes on here, one for the signature of the archer on the left and one for the signature of the witness, or the target captain as they call it, on the right here. So what you do then is you click on the top box of the score sheet, and then it opens up the way to score your values, really. So what I did test earlier was by putting in numbers. Unfortunately, putting a 10 in, the box wasn't big enough for the full 10, so it shows a 1 with an underscore under it. But so it's not great, but it's got nothing to do with sizing. I'm on a normal size on my phone, so I'm just going to carry on and enter some numbers. What I did find though was that it didn't change the order. If I put in a 10 there and carry on, it doesn't reorder them from largest to smallest, so it's a bit of a shame. But I'm just going to fill this in with a mixture of numbers. Right, so that's the first set done. Now if you want to go back in, you would click on a box, and then I believe you can change it, and it will say, do you want to overwrite it, yes or no. So you can change those anytime you want, or delete the score and then re-enter it. So I'm going to say done on that one. Saves it to my internal storage. I don't know where, but it has saved it somewhere. So I'll go on to the second box now, and I'm just going to fill in a number of 8s and 9s in here. Okay, and then press done on that one. So it saved it again. So after every sort of set of entries, it's going to save it and keep it backed up for you on your phone. So what we've got now is got our 2 sets of totals. It's added it all up, 614. So just to finish this off, what you've got to do is you've got to enter your signature of the archer and the signature of the witness or the target captain in there before it will let you submit it. So I've gone in here and I've drawn my signature in there, and then the witness would sign theirs in there. Okay, and then what we can do is we can submit our score sheets. So we've signed those off, and I'm going to click on submit all completed score sheets, and you can send it to somebody. You can share it, you can email it to yourself, email it to somebody else, and then it says, do you want to send the flight record to, or the score sheet, to a second location, to a second person? I've said no, but you could do the same thing again. Then what I'll show you in a minute is what you get if you email it to yourself, and it's quite good actually. So after that, you can then go back to the initial screen down here. Yes, I do want to go back to the initial screen, and then it will show you your record there. And then if we wanted to insert another one, we would start again on here, just as before. Keeps it to the same. We'll choose something a bit weird. Single cloud. I must enter a valid target number. This is where having the details already set up would be a lot easier. So, and then I've just got the same sort of thing again, really. It just changes the score sheet based on the round. I'm going to go back to the initial screen. So it's listed it there, but it's not obviously completed. But I could go back in again, or I can delete it, rename it, or open it. So I've got a few options here. So I can add another score sheet, and I can go to the next archer, and we've covered everything else. Okay, so that's it. That is it for the app. It's a bit of a shame it's not been kept up to date, because it wouldn't take much work to kind of bring it up to scratch, really. If it was me, obviously it could just do with some naming, an up-to-date naming, and it obviously needs the feature changing to WA, maybe the odd new round putting in if there's been any new rounds since this was updated. What else would I do to it? Well, basically, it's a bit of a shame you can't zoom in on this score sheet. So sizing has probably been a bit of a problem. So if you could make the score sheet a bit larger, maybe get rid of these side sort of check boxes and put them along the bottom, and then maybe update these sort of options along the bottom to boxes to put them along the bottom, it would be a lot better. But anyway, it still works okay on my phone on Android 10. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to have a look at what it emails you in a zip file once you've submitted all your scores. So once you've got the email, it attaches a zip file to the email, and you get 3 files inside. You get a summary CSV file of your results. You get the full score sheet, which I'll show you in a second, and you get a PNG image file as well. So this is the CSV file that you get. It's got my name, the club, my sex, gender, division, my bow type, around, target number, distances, 2 distances, the totals, and the total numbers of X's and 10s. So you get that in a Excel sheet CSV file. And then this is the actual score sheet itself, the Excel file that you get, which is really nice actually. So everything's in its own kind of cell. So you get your name, your club, your round, just like the layout, exactly really as the layout of the screen that you just saw. So you can change any of these numbers if you wanted to. Export it as PDFs now, anything you want to do. So exactly the same layout, even with the signatures images at the bottom here with your totals and everything, so you could submit that no problem. So that looks really good. And then finally, the PNG file is literally an image file version of your score sheet. The only difference is that it's sort of highlighted in yellow. It seems like anything above 50, or maybe it's your highest end score, I don't know, but it's kind of put those in yellow for some reason. But it's still got the signatures in here and all your totals and everything like that. So that's really good, really nice. One of the best sort of layout export score sheets I've seen actually. It's just a shame that the app looks a little bit dated and it's a little bit clunky, but otherwise I really like the output of this. So that was Archery Score Sheets. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like and subscribe to the channel as it helps me out, and I'll see you next time for another Archery app review.